well, I hope this is recording. I don't know. I guess we'll find out later. And I apologize in advance because I'm not a very good narrator, nor do I really like to do it. But I wanted to talk about the bike just in case someone else is interested in getting something similar. So this is my 24 LowRider S. It's currently got a Stage 3 upgrade, 122 Cyclorama 483 cam, horsepower Inc. exhaust, Thundermax tuner, did Ohlins suspension front rear, and one of those King 6 Screaming Eagle racing transmissions. Come on, dude. Yeah, man, she is a blast, a ton of fun. Great acceleration, a lot of usable power, even if you get hard on the throttle right off the line. Like, you will spin your tire, but, I mean, you can control it and use that power. I don't really have any experience with a 131 or a Stage 4. I don't know how, like, I don't know how much 150 torque would be or 150 horsepower. This is just 130 horsepower and 140 torque on a good run. The CR483 was pretty difficult to tune, I would say. The issue I ran with it was I had a lot of, sorry, I was running very lean at the beginning. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I was running very lean with very low RPM, so I had to put in some larger injectors so I could get some more fuel down low. So I'm running 7.1 injectors right now, and that seems to be keeping the bike pretty happy. Thundermax really does not work, well, doesn't like the stock Harley ECM too much, that little red light. I can't get rid of it. The only way that we figured we could was maybe we put the stock ECM in, and then we clear the code, and then we reinstall the Thundermax, and do everything all over again to see what happens. But I honestly didn't see what the point was, because when I did Stage 2, I had the Thundermax in there, and everything was clear, and I took it on its first ride, and the red light immediately came on after I accelerated, and the traction control shut off. So I can't use any of the stock settings like that for traction control, which really doesn't bother me because I'd ride without it anyways. There is a significant difference between the 122 and the 117. Mostly when it just comes down to like acceleration. So she's really quick from 0 to 150 kilometers an hour or 170 kilometers. After that, though, in the high end, it really struggles to keep going. I think that's just like the lack of horsepower. But I mean, you're not really going to be cruising at those higher speeds for a long duration anyways. My plan with this bike, though, is essentially to build a cruiser that can keep up with like a leader bike on a track. That's ideally where I'd like to go, but I don't know how much power I'm going to need to get there. I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit more than this. I wasn't really hammering it on there either. That was just like, I don't know, like regular acceleration, and as you see, like she gets up there pretty quick, but and then in the high revs, it dies, right? Or yeah, I don't know what else to say. I really like the bike. I'm a big fan of it. I'm glad I went this route. I might do 131. I think I will go through all its stages to see how well it performs. I'm really torn right now as to like what I want to use. So if I want to go with the Screaming Eagle 131 or if I want to grab one of those Alpha Performance engine kits with 128. Those big bore 8 kits look pretty slick. And I pretty much built this bike after watching a ton of videos on YouTube by Master Tech Miller or Tommy out of Australia there. He just built some phenomenal machines that look great, and that's what introduced me to Cyclorama and their cam line. And yeah, that's how I got here. So I might go the April with the 128. I don't imagine myself being disappointed with that setup. That would be with the 515 cam, which is the higher lift 485 cam. You know, sounds good, performs well. That cam looks really balanced where if you have the horsepower and the torque together. And I've seen those engines consistently push 150, 150. But I guess it'll come down to you, because the price you go to stage 3 and stage 4, it's not much of a difference. It's like an extra $2,000. And, you know, stage 2 might be enough for some people. It might be too much for some people. Some people it might not be enough. They want to go to the 131, and that's the road they're going to have to take. But me, for now, like, I'm pretty happy with it. These M8s are really nice. They're kind of like the Ford Coyote 5-liter. They're pretty indestructible, even with a lot of add-ons. Well, you know, it gives you a lot of confidence if you want to build a big bore kit or push your bike really hard. I broke this bike in essentially how I meant to ride it, so I never really gave it any time to, you know, figure itself out, because I went hard immediately. Well, that's what I built it for, so, you know, that's what I hope that it wore for. Yeah, if you're watching this, I'm in rural northern Alberta right now, a little bit outside of Edmonton. Not much out here besides farmland, cows, trees, and grass. There isn't really a lot of great places to ride here. It's a lot of straight highway. Dude, I don't want to pass. I'm slowing down just over here anyways, kind of turn. Yeah, there's just a lot of straight highway. You know, if you get down to southern Alberta, you get some, you know, the foothills or the mountains. Oh yeah, you'll have a blast. There's a lot of twists and turns. Here, yeah, it's all flat, right? So building a road, you know, it's a straight line most of the time. Except for this one little area up here, it's kind of fun. This is a closed circuit. Professionals only. But that said, I feel like I got a ton of business being here. Oh yeah, the King 6 transmission. I don't really see like a lot of info on the King 6. I'll say it's pretty slick. Like, I like it. I don't really have any issues with it. It's not a big fan of second gear. That one's a little hard to get into, but like, you know, for downshifting like this, yeah, not an issue at all. It just takes it. Shifts really quick. There's none of that like lag. I'm not sure how else to describe it. How you would shift with the 117 or the stock transmission, and then you'd have like that little lag or that over travel on your gear shifter. You don't have that with this. Yeah, she's really quick on the throttle. Accelerates nice and quick. Gets up there. But, you know, like I said, not a lot of high-end power. It's perfectly fine for the street. But for my intentions, just for what I want to do, I'm going to need a little bit more. Yeah, anywhere between 2,000 to 4,000 RPM, this bike really sings. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, I really like the CR483. I love the torque response. I guess I'm used to it too, so that kind of helps. So changing like the cam profile, going to like a 485 right now, maybe bring that horsepower up and a little bit of that torque down, will be a little bit different. The Ohlins suspension, or Ohlins, however you say it, is phenomenal. Like, the Screaming Eagle lineup is really great. I have my bike set up really stiff. I got a couple buddies that have Harleys, and they've ridden mine, and they'll tell me, like, it's way too stiff for them, but I have it purposely set up like that so I can take corners hard, brake hard, and do all that fun stuff, you know? Because I drive kind of like a jerk, right? If I'm going to crash and I'm not going to make it, I want to be found prized to a shape. And everyone will know That's how I want him to go. But man, she is wow. And fucking fun. So yeah, why the LowRider S? That's a good question. Why am I yelling? I don't know. It's silent, so I'm not really sure how well this mic makes up my voice. Because I can't hear what I'm saying. I used to be into the hyper nakeds, like when I first got the bikes. I had a Z1000. Well, I pretty much stuck with the Z1000 for a couple of years. Then I wrecked it, got out of biking, got back in 2023. I just happened to be in Edmonton, and I knew they brought the Breakout back, and I was always interested in the Breakout. So I figured I'd stop by and check it out. Took it for a test drive, and went back and bought it. But the Breakout wasn't the bike I actually wanted. You know, it's a great stoplight bike. It looks good sitting outside the bar, but what I like to do, going quick, taking turns, just not ideal for that. I wanted to stick with the Cruiser and try something different. I did see the Buell Super Cruiser, and that really enticed me to get back into biking. So I did a stage one of the Breakout, sold it, bought this, and then just put a ton of work into it to make what I wanted to be. Now, I will advise you that if you want your bike to be a quick cruiser where you can have a lot of fun on a track or wherever, you are going to have to sink a pretty penny into it, or you're going to run into risks when you're taking those for stock transmission and so forth, right? Yeah, from 170 kilometers and up, she just turns back into a regular Harley. 201 kilometers is as fast as I've gotten. That's like 124 miles, so I don't know if it's much different than a stock Harley on the top end. But I don't know if that's what these bikes are really designed for, to be honest. And they said it was going to rain today, but they might have lied. I really like the tires Harley comes with. These Michelins, they're really sticky. Yeah, like besides the engine and suspension and transmission, everything else is stock. Stock brakes, stock grips. Try to keep it a little bit of a sleeper. I mean, it's obviously not that much of one with your parked next to it. You can tell it's a built bike. But yeah, I don't know. I want to invest all my money into going fast, not really looking cool. Might invest money into I don't know the other stuff later, but I think this is just fine. Like it works for me. Oh, that must be the race marshal on this closed course. You got to be careful on these rural Alberta roads. All the gravel is shoulder, and they get hit quite a bit. So they do put gravel out on the road. You got to be paying attention to what you're doing. If you hit some of that, you're gonna have a bad day. This thing sounds absolutely filthy on the overrun. I don't know how much my mic inside my helmet's gonna pick it up. They do have other videos you know, just trying to let the GoPro pick up the sound, but, you know, if you try to do any narration, you can't hear any of it. Don't worry, I got a veteran plate, so people may not fall to the face on me. Yeah, this road here, it's just got like some sand and gravel on it, and I think they dump silicone on it, they compress it. It's a form of tarmac, I guess. But it's a little slick. I'm gonna try some. It's like this, it's just fine. Yeah, you can build up a little bit of sweat on this bike if you want to. I don't know, I'm not really driving too crazy, I would say. Just out here doing like a normal cruise, but yeah, you can put your work in. So that's a good pull. That's like full throttle pull. And yeah, I guess now we relax because the fun's over. Cruise control is definitely something I never thought I would enjoy on a bike, but I guess it's like a heated steering wheel. Until you have it, you realize you can't live without it. So I use the cruise all the time. I can sit here, not play on my phone. Yeah, I don't know, just to relax, right? Bike's super stable, got no worries there. Not into like stunting much. I don't plan to pop a wheelie with this. If I do, it's gonna be an accident. Probably fucking destroy it. This is weird. I'm usually cruising around here listening to music, not talking to a camera. I don't even know if this camera's still on. Battery may have died. But that's probably good enough, anyways. Say the battery's dead. You're not gonna hear the ending of this, anyways. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna conclude the video. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.